students. In this video we are going to discuss the topic adverbs, which is chapter number 18. Okay, before we discuss what are adverbs, let us look at these four pairs of sentences given at the very top of the page. Alright, and we'll compare these pairs of sentences. See the first one. The batsman hit the ball. The second one is the batsman hit the ball hard. So here you can see an extra word has been added in the second one. Let's see the second pair of sentence. The doors to the library are closed. The doors to the library are closed today. Okay, so the word today has been added here. Now let's see the third pair of sentence. The sports event was inaugurated. The sports event was inaugurated at the stadium. So at the stadium, this phrase has been added here. Now see the last pair of sentence. 4 trains run through the station. 4 trains run every hour through this station. So while comparing these sentences, we see in the second sentence an extra word or a phrase is added, right, in each of these pairs of sentences. So in the first one, see, the batsman hit the ball. Here hit is the verb, right? Hit is the verb. Hit is an action, hence it is a verb. In the second one, the batsman hit the ball hard. Now the word hard is telling us more about the verb hit, isn't it? The word hard is telling us more about hit, which is a verb. It is telling us how you hit the ball, how the batsman hit the ball, isn't it? See the second one. The doors to the library are closed. Here, closed is the verb. This is the verb. In the second one, the doors to the library are closed today. Today, here, the addition of word today is telling us more about the verb closed, isn't it? It is telling us when the library is closed, right? When will it be closed? So the word today is telling us more about the verb closed. Similarly, see the third one. The sports event was inaugurated. Now in this sentence, inaugurated is the verb. It is the action here. So see the second one. The sports event was inaugurated at the stadium. At the stadium. Now the addition of this phrase in the sentence, second one, is telling us more about the verb inaugurated. It is telling us what? It is telling us where the sports event was inaugurated. So you can see it is telling us more about the verb. Now see the last one. 4 trains run through this station. Here run in this sentence is the verb. Run is the verb. Now in the second one, see, 4 trains run every hour through this station. Every hour. This is telling us more about the verb run, isn't it? It's telling us more about the verb run. It is telling us about the frequency of how many the frequency of these trains, right? So in these pairs of sentences, we see that words like hard, today, at the stadium, every hour are telling something about the verb, So such words are known as adverbs. Words are known as adverbs. So children, what is an adverb? Adverbs tell us more about verbs in a sentence. They tell us more about verbs. They give us more information about how, when, where, or how many times something is done. Adverbs tell us about how, when, where, or how many times something is done. Okay, so adverbs tell us more about verbs, hence the name, adverbs. It adds more meaning to verbs. Therefore, we call them adverbs. So on this basis, there are four main types of adverbs. One is adverb of manner. Second is adverb of time. Third is adverb of place. And the fourth one is adverb of frequency. Frequency is nothing but how many times something is done. Okay, how many times something is done. Alright, let's see some examples. First one. Something urgent came up, so I had to leave hurriedly. Hurriedly here is the adverb. It is telling us more about the verb leave. Right? This is the adverb here. And hurriedly is telling us the manner in which the action took place. Right? Hurriedly is telling us the manner in which how he left. How he left. Right? So it is telling us the manner in which the action took place. So you can say hurriedly is an adverb of manner. See the second one. I wanted to visit the lakes over the weekend. I wanted to visit the lakes over the weekend. Here, over the weekend is the adverb. Over the weekend is the adverb, and it is giving us more information about visit. The verb visit, right? And it is telling us the time. It is giving us the information about the time of the visit. So you can say over the weekend is an example of adverb of time. See the fourth one. Unfortunately, I had to go somewhere else. Unfortunately, I had to go somewhere else. Here, somewhere. Somewhere is the adverb. And it is telling us, giving us more information about the verb go in the sentence. And what is it telling? It is telling us about the place where they are going. Right? So you can say somewhere is an example of adverb of place. See the last one. This happens with my plans very often. This happens with my plans very often. Here very often is the adverb. Okay? And it is telling us about the frequency. That means how many times it happens. Very often means all the time. Most of the time, this is the situation. This happens with my plans very often. So it is giving us information about how many times something is done. That is frequency. So you can say very often is an example of adverb of frequency. Now, the adverbs of manner answer the question how. Okay, they answer the question how. And some of the adverbs of manner are badly, carefully, hurriedly, effectively, with care, well. So these words tell us how something is done in a sentence. Now see the adverbs of time. Adverbs of time answer the question when. When. Okay, they tell us about time. So they answer the question when. Some adverbs of time are now, afterwards, recently, yesterday, soon, on Monday, next month. Next is the adverbs of place. They answer the question where, because they tell us about the place, right? So they answer the question where. Some adverbs of place are anywhere, outside, everywhere, there, upstairs, in the park, at the airport. Now the last one, the adverbs of frequency. They answer the question how often. How often. They tell us, frequency tells us about how many times it happens, right? How many times something is done, an action is done. So they answer the question how often. Some examples include regularly, often, never, always, frequently, daily. Now in the first page we learn that adverbs modify verbs, right? Or they add more meaning to verbs. Now we will see how adverbs can also modify adjectives. Okay, they can add more meaning to adjectives as well. Okay, let's see some examples. First one, the bus was quick. The car was very quick. So in the first sentence, the bus was quick. Quick is the adjective, right? It is the adjective. It is telling us more about the noun, bus, isn't it? So quick is the adjective. In the second one, the car was very quick. Now here the addition of the word very, okay, is giving us more information about the adjective, right? It is giving us more information about adjective. Or you can say very modifies the adjective quick in this sentence. It is modifying the adjective quick or adding more information. Similarly, see the second one. Your idea is simply wonderful. Your idea is simply wonderful. Here, wonderful is the adjective in the sentence. It's not a verb, it's an adjective. And the addition of the word simply is giving us more information or is modifying the adjective wonderful. So we can say the adjectives quick and wonderful have become more meaningful due to the modifying adverbs very and simply. Okay, they have become more meaningful. The adjectives in these sentences have become more meaningful due to the addition of modifying adverbs very and simply. So you can see adverbs that modify adjectives are known as modifying adverbs. Okay, adverbs which add more information to adjectives or modify them, you can say they are modifying adverbs. Modifying adverbs make adjectives more meaningful and provide information about the extent, degree, or intensity of the adjective. Now children, you would remember that in chapter number 8 we discussed about adjectives for comparison, right? That how adjectives can be compared, and then we have 3 different degrees of comparison, right? One is positive degree, next is comparative degree, and the last one is superlative degrees. And there are 3 different forms. One is positive form, next is comparative form, and superlative forms in adjectives. Similarly, adverbs can also have a positive form, comparative form, and superlative form. Let's understand this through some examples. First one, walk fast. The train has already arrived. Here, fast is the adverb. Right? And just telling us about the verb walk. Now, this is the positive form or the base form. Here, no comparison has been made, right? So, we use the positive or the base form here. See the next one. Walk faster if you want to catch the train. Walk faster. Here, faster is the comparative form of fast, isn't it? It's the comparative form. It means to walk faster than you were walking before, right? So it's the adverb, and here we have used the comparative form. And the last one, you can see you walked the fastest, so you got the best seat. You walked the fastest, so you got the best seat. We use the superlative form when the comparison shows the best or the worst in a group, right? So here, hence we have used the superlative form here. So fast, faster, fastest are all adverbs, and we have used them in their base form or positive form, comparative form, as well as superlative form. Now we often use more, most, less, and least with adverbs to denote the degree of comparison. Okay, let's see some examples. My mother doesn't like heights, so she walked up the hill less confidently than us. So whenever the word is quite big, okay, it's not small it's quite big, it's better to use these words: more, most, less, and least. Okay, so here we have used less in order to show the degree of comparison. In the second one, you can see he arranged the flowers most beautifully. Most beautifully. Right? Beautifully is an adverb. We have added most in order to show the degree of comparison. So whenever the words are quite big, we use more, most, less, and least before those adverbs. Whenever they are smaller, we simply add er or est in order to show comparative and superlative degree.